I had some questions for you. I guess like are you in stocks right now? Do you do anything with that?
Honestly, the only thing
Who do you
I've
use?
got right now is um like for my brokerage or whatever.
Hmm.
I use E-Trade.
You trade?
Um
You like
I've
that?
never been a fan of Robinhood.
I wish I didn't
Just
have my money in there now.
yeah, I always viewed them as like being the Facebook of like brokerages where they trade your information and essentially I swear I've heard that they like will sometimes
Well, they
like
do
they'll
payment for order flow, but like disclosure is like a lot of other companies do that. Like there's barely any
yeah.
company like that's how the other companies switched to no commission too, like
Yeah,
Fidelity.
you're right. You're right. They definitely did start that whole movement, the no commission
But
movement.
you know who pioneered that? Fun
Who?
fact. You know who started payment for order flow?
Who?
Bernie Madoff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he actually had a legit business in addition to his pyramid scheme, and yeah,
Wow.
he started that as like a way to make money, I guess.
Did you know that he's in a prison in North Carolina?
We should go visit him. Visit old Bernie.
uh,
I'm gonna go ask him,
well,
pick his brain on some stock
the
investing.
the
We
only
should
thing
like bring in bribes, like be like, hey, I'll bring you some like ho hos and some snacks if you not hoes like girls, but like candy.
yeah. I think I watched a movie. Actually, I did. I watched some movie that was like about Bernie, and it was pretty interesting. It was just crazy. Like his
One
son's,
of the few white collar people who's ever gotten arrested.
yeah, exactly. Like, but like, I think he had two sons, and one of them ended up, I think, as probably a lot of people probably already know this, but um, killed himself because he was so depressed from all the shit that his dad did to him, but or put him in.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sucks.
but
Do you have any favorite stocks?
uh, right now, honestly, I haven't really. The only thing I've really put my money in right now is a Roth IRA. So right now I've been kind of boring. Like my portfolio has been pretty boring, only
You can buy
because
stocks in Roth IRA. You can buy individual too,
yeah,
right?
I actually did do that, and I decided to sell them all. I had a lot of my money in Amazon, um, and a lot of my money, and I had a lot of Amazon, BP, Facebook, um, and eBay actually.
Mm-hmm.
And eBay was is one company that I am bullish on.
You think they'll turn around? I don't really know. Like, it just seems
I,
like they've kind of petered out a little bit.
I
I haven't
think
heard much.
so like I sell a lot on eBay, and I've noticed some things that they're doing here, like they're making some tweaks here and there, and they're starting to um, essentially fizzle out PayPal, and they're going to start. They've already started processing their own payments. So like
Like they used to do because they used to own PayPal. So they're
exactly.
like, oh, what?
So
We'll just
now that
take
they
it
don't
on.
have this PayPal revenue, I don't know why they didn't do this sooner. Like literally right after they broke,
They
but
need
I'm
some
sure they.
activist investors to come in there, like old
Yeah.
GameStop.
Mm-hmm,
Hey,
mm-hmm.
why did you hear that guy like tweeted something and GameStop got pumped again? He tweeted like
Yeah.
a frog and an ice cream cone, and like they were trying to figure out on CNBC like why their stock went up after that.
I'm so confused why it went back up. I was not expecting that. No one was expecting it. I
I
don't
bet a
think.
lot of the people that lost money and like bailed
I hope there were some people who were able to sell and
get whole off of that.
yeah. Um, but yeah, but eBay the another
Leaves
thing,
another round of people, you know.
yeah. Uh, but I've just been noticing like sales on eBay are actually I'm obviously a very tiny part of their business, but just from this tiny window that I can
Yeah, but
see,
you're a consumer, so like the interface seems a lot better.
yeah, the interface and the just I think more people are shopping on eBay, and I think when it comes to evaluation, like they're I think I did the math and they're like I'll have to like they're I think Amazon is like 35 times the size of eBay, and I would if I had to guess, I would say that's like a wrong like eBay would have to be could easily be doubled in that, in my eyes. You know what I mean? So
the only thing I would say, were you comparing like the prices of the two?
The market caps.
Well,
Yeah.
the big thing I would say is that Amazon has a huge advantage, which I think is why they should get broken up, is they have Amazon Web Services, which is actually where most of their revenue comes from. Which
I keep hearing that.
Completely subsidized. Huh?
Yeah, I keep hearing that, and I need to do more research. And
Amazon Web Services is why they are worth that much money. It is they are a cloud company. They're a facade e-commerce. Like they could break even and still make shit tons of money.
I think you're right. They're
like they could sell at a loss and probably put everybody else out of business if they just pulled their money from their.
They did that.
With diapers.com?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know the story behind that. It's really interesting.
You can explain it.
So this guy, Mark something, owned diapers.com. I don't know why Bezos picked this as his target. He wanted to acquire diapers.com. And the guy wanted to sell it for a certain amount. And Bezos is like, no, I want this much. And they got and he's like, well, I'm only buying it for this much. And so the guy's like, well, I'm not selling. So Bezos sold diapers at a loss, and pretty much to where they had to sell for a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if it's still this way. If you used to type in diapers.com, it would pull up Amazon's website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. That is some for the richest man in the world to do that. That's pretty.
Well, so he ended up buying them out, right?
So he bought them out, and then that guy though went and started that. This is the best part of the story. That guy went and started Jet.com, which got bought out
by Walmart, right?
It got bought out by Walmart, and he was actually working for Walmart for a long time. And he was like, my mission is to put it to Jeff Bezos. And now he's going off. He's leaving Jet.com inside of Walmart. He's going to build his own city.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. I didn't even
know. Apparently he's going to design a city.
Wow. How is he a billionaire?
Must be.
Or yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't go start a city, so I feel like that's what a nice middle class electrician goes to do. It's start a city.
But some other shady stuff that Amazon does, because I also sell on Amazon, and
mm-hmm.
I've been they have all this data, right? They collect so much data on all these products and stuff that they sell, and the third party sellers as well. And they if a product that is selling selling like hotcakes, and they aren't selling it yet, and they will start to manufacture a product that's similar to that. And that's where Amazon Basics, you know what I mean, comes from.
That's where you could actually have eBay have a competitive moat.
eBay
that's
is
actually what Shopify does good, but eBay, you don't have to build your own store. But if you Alibaba does not compete with its sellers. Amazon competes with its sellers. Now, if eBay was hey, we're the Amazon that doesn't compete with you, and they stuck their guns on that, I actually think they do have a shot. It's actually done really well too.
I have heard that I don't know if they're actually going to do this, but I've heard that eBay is thinking about doing a fulfillment by eBay thing where they're going to actually what Amazon does, where they take in people's inventory. And because with Amazon, you can, if you're a third party seller on Amazon, you can either sell the product and ship the product yourself, or you can send it to Amazon's warehouse and they'll ship the product for you. And eBay is thinking about getting into that game where they will take in people's inventory and will ship it to the customer.
Oh, you're making me want to start researching eBay right now. See, I actually think if you have some of these solid companies eBay, everybody knows eBay. I bought my first paintball gun on eBay.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I bought. But and I have sort of an attachment to it. That could be the next game. I mean, it could be a turnaround story.
You know what? I was trying to think of stocks that could would have been pumped up by the Wall Street Bets people, and I had one on my mind that I think is a solid idea.
But I think it has to have a solid story that they could come back, and eBay is perfect.
Yeah, well, well, one company that isn't public anymore, and so it's not even an option on the table. But if they were still public, Barnes and Noble, because they got bought out by a hedge fund like last year, so it's not even possible. But if they were still public, I could totally see Barnes and Noble being, because I actually would look at their
I
stock
wouldn't want
price
to own
every once
that
in a while.
though.
Yeah, they were losing money for
They have
a
no
lot of,
case for like coming
but
back.
like
Yeah.
everyone loves Barnes and Noble, right? Like who
Yeah,
doesn't
I
love
loved
Barnes
like
and
getting
Noble?
coffee and like sitting in the
Exactly. That's
chairs.
what I
Like
do.
you can't do
Yeah.
that
And
at
so like, and
Amazon.
yeah, no one will like give you shit for sitting in a chair for 2 hours and drinking your $3 coffee. And
It really sucks. I heard Starbucks is like wanting to move because of this. They're wanting to like get rid. They're like, oh, it's so '90s to like hang out and drink
oh,
coffee
really? Are they going to get out of
Wi-Fi.
this, out of the
Dude, I feel
Barnes and
like they're gonna
Nobles?
go like Luckin Coffee, and they're just gonna, well, except without being a
The,
big company.
the mall that, or the mall that's near my house actually has a Barnes and Noble with a Starbucks inside, and they opened up another, it doesn't make any sense, another actual like Starbucks inside the mall. And so now there's like the Starbucks inside Barnes and Noble and then another Starbucks in the mall. And it like,
No, you
I
don't
feel like
understand.
that
It does make sense because people are lazy and they don't like they'll go
yeah.
just into Barnes and Noble, and so people use those like those stores on the edge. Like they just use them. Like I go into Dick's Sporting Goods, it's attached to the South Park Mall, and then I leave. Like I don't like
Yeah.
venture into the mall, you know?
That Dick's Sporting Goods is
It
another
sounds
stock I used
stupid,
to
I
look
know.
at.
Huh?
Dick's Sporting Goods, believe it or not, is actually a stock that I bought at one point in time. And
Oh, you should have held that.
what's it at now? I don't even want to know. Do you know?
I don't
Because I think when
know.
I bought it, it was around $30.
Well, it was a good quarantine play because
Yeah,
everybody like
yeah.
I wish I'd bought like
Oh
I
well,
might
they're at
buy
71.
like, do you think anything will like do really well because of this reopening that isn't cruise lines? I'm
So that's
thinking Camping World actually
hmm.
for the summer because I
Yeah.
think people like it was great for actually this past summer, but I think people are really just want to get a. I actually, the biggest mistake I made was not buying Live Nation at the bottom. Live Nation is not going anywhere. I don't even know if they own those buildings. They just like manage everything, so they can like. I don't think they own the buildings.
Wait, can you explain to me what Live Nation is again? I
They
know
run
I've heard of it.
concerts and
That's what I
events.
thought. That's what I thought. Okay.
They run
Wow.
concerts and events. So like, but I think they bought. I think they bought StubHub. Like they literally run all the ticketing for events. I don't think they actually own the amphitheaters.
Okay.
Maybe they do. If they own all the assets, I might be like, eh. It depends. If they're more of like a software kind of play, like ticketing and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know. I actually don't know. If they actually didn't own all the buildings and they just like ran the events,
Mhm.
I did buy Eventbrite, which actually they do. Like if me and you wanted to organize like I don't know, like some type of like a music festival, we might like organize it and like we could issue tickets on Eventbrite and people could,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever
And people are
heard?
gonna want to be doing stuff like that when it opens up. I bet it's gonna be like the Roaring Twenties, dude, when this opens up.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of uh this this YouTube channel called Dumb Money?
Mm-mm.
They're like kind of new. It's like these like three guys who literally just talk about investing, and they're pretty bright guys. Like they made it, from what they've said, they could be lying, but if they're not lying, they've said that they've made millions of dollars, investing and doing various things.
Oh,
And
they have.
exactly. But they talk about their stock picks and stuff like that, and they always have actually some pretty good ones, but I feel like sometimes it can be a little pump and dumpy, but so I don't actually ever buy anything. But they did bring up one interesting stock recently that I have actually thought about buying in the past, and it's kind of a small name, and it's actually kind of a small market, like smaller company, like under 50 million I think in market cap. But Charles and Colvard, which is a moissanite company. They're actually based, believe it or not, in like near in Morrisville.
What is this? A
Moissanite.
rock?
So they make like fake rings essentially.
Fake
Um,
rings?
yeah, and as you know, and I've actually they're yeah, they make like fake, what, like like rings essentially. And so a lot of like, millennials and stuff don't want to pay, $10,000 on a wedding ring or whatever. And so they buy these moissanite rings, and they're like, I think their prices right now is at around $2.30, but
What's metal it's not like gold or something. It just looks like gold.
Yeah, exactly.
There's actually, like, I heard an ad the other day. I got so suckered in. It was a podcast. It was called Manly Rings. And dude, he said these are rings. He's like, I got mine made of tungsten. They said we have dinosaur bone, like we have animal bones, we have the asteroids that hit the dinosaurs. Yeah. Like they had all these different materials. They had like whiskey aged oak barrel. Like I was just like, dang, like that makes me want to like find somebody to get married just so I can have a badass ring. But do they do like interesting rings, or do they just do like
I mean,
they just make rings that are imitation? They look like it.
Yeah, exactly. They're imitation rings, but they look like really legit.
It's like the imitation crab of
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sounds delicious.
So
that's your big stock.
Yeah, that's my big pick. Nah,
you gotta type moissanite to the moon, and then have a rocket ship and a frog and an ice cream cone, and put it on Twitter, and that'll go to like 500.
Oh god, man, Elon Musk has so much power.
I love Elon, but I'm like, dude, you're gonna get in trouble, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I guess the SEC investigating like a regulated.
Yeah, they can't really do anything because it's not regulated.
Can we both agree that Dogecoin is oh my god, I'm glad I don't have a big following, but I think Dogecoin is a foolish investment.
Yeah,
the founder said it. The founder said it was a fake.
Yeah,
a fake thing.
The guy sold all of his Dogecoin too, I think, after he lost his job. Did you hear about that? The founder did.
Oh,
he's like,
no, he sold it so he could go make better Dogecoin technology.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, that was the logic.
Yeah, yeah, he lost his job, I think.
I heard that I saw an interview with him on like, was it? Oh, was that the Asian guy that's on the Daily Show?
Oh, okay. I can't remember his name.
I'm sorry for calling you Asian guy. But there was some video on YouTube, and it was like there was a Dogecoin Super Bowl ad, and I was like, no. But then there was a part in my brain that was like, maybe, maybe. And I like watched it. It was like Elon, and like there's a dog like hopping on the moon, and I was like, no, this has to be bullshit. Like, I was like, somebody said there was like a GameStop like Super Bowl ad. I was like, please tell me that none of this is true. But
wasn't there?
It's weird when you could believe it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
What were you saying?
Wasn't there a Reddit Super Bowl ad? Like it was like literally a split second from what I swear.
That's actually what I heard. Yeah.
But I that's what I think Reddit is actually thinking about filing an IPO or something. I would like that. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder how profitable they are, but
I've been wanting to use Clubhouse, and like so I've been
hearing about Clubhouse.
You can like chat and you can make it part of your podcast. That'd be sweet if I could like be doing a podcast. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call it Nick and Leif, and then I can get this like, I don't know how it works really. I tried to download it, and it said we'll notify you when you. Apparently, if you're like rich and famous and stuff, you can use it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like invite only.
Yeah, yeah. I listened to like it's part of Elon's interview or something like that. Wasn't he on there like a couple weeks ago?
Oh, he interviewed Vlad from Robinhood.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, did you hear Dave Portnoy from
oh yeah, yeah.
That guy is a trip, but I'm just like, that's pretty ridiculous when we have like just celebrities interviewing other celebrities.
Yeah, didn't he? He was like talking about.
I didn't know anything about that guy until recently. He's a trip.
Yeah, I actually just found out about him like probably I think a year ago or so. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty funny.
Well, sports got shut down, so he made the natural progression from gambling to gambling.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Really, and now there's a YouTube video you should look up of him with the I was about to say the Wachowski brothers, but the Winklevoss
Oh,
twins.
really?
You know the guys from the Social
Y-
Network,
Yep, yep.
and they're showing him how to buy crypto, and
Oh, yeah.
he's like, "Can I make Dave coin?" And they're like, they like rolled their eyes, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so excited!" Because he wanted to do a pump and dump to promote Dave coin. I was like, "Jeez."
Oh man.
He really would.
Yeah.
I bet he would.
Well, you heard about his paper hands, right? He had
Wait, you mean
GameStop, and
Diamond
then
Hands?
the Twitter verse, if you will, calls him Paper Hands Dave now because he sold his GameStop way too like he kept saying that he had diamond hands, and then he said on Twitter one
What
day
does Diamond Hands mean? It just means you don't.
like literally you're never gonna sell. And
Well,
so
why
paper,
would you never sell?
I know that
That's what the
it's
guy
just
that leads the pump and dump
yeah.
says, so that everyone else follows him, and then he sells when he thinks the top is hit.
Well, yeah. So he sold
Diamond
because he
Hands.
got when GameStop went down, kept going down and down and down. He sold because he was scared as shit, and he posted on Twitter, and they were like, "Wow, you have paper hands. You don't have diamond hands." And so now he's like,
What?
paper
He's
hands.
got like sugar cube hands, like with some water gets poured off.
Oh man.
Can the word of the year? Don't they do like a word of the year? It should be
Yeah.
It should be Diamond Hands or frog ice cream cone. They said it was because a reference to the ice cream cone machine at McDonald's, which to me made perfect sense because have you ever been to McDonald's and order the only thing I will eat at McDonald's anymore because I'm an adult and I eat food and they don't have food unfortunately. um, but the only thing they like that I'll buy is a McFlurry. And I'll go there, I'll get an M&M McFlurry. And every single time I go there, that friggin' ice cream machine is broken.
Oh, yeah, it's broken.
And I'm like,
It's
you
broken.
guys are like sabotaging it on purpose, so you don't have to make.
Yep.
And I guess that's what the reference they think it was or something. I don't know how you get the ice cream cone. Did it have like a Mickey D's logo on it?
I think so.